Today's episode is brought to you by Modern Grower. Modern Grower is your source for time and labor-saving farm tools, such as the Paper Pot Transplanter, Quick Click Seeder, and the Jang Direct Seeder. Turn laborsome tasks into free time with tools by Modern Grower.
When you look at some of these crops that you're growing, eggplants, beans, melons, squash, when you start getting into the squash and melons, there's a lot of acreage taken or square footage taken up by those. But I'm assuming the return is higher. Is that the model that you have of, hey, I'm not going to be able to turn as much volume, but I can get a better price than, say, if I'm selling a bunch of radishes for $3 a bunch, instead of selling one bunch of radishes for $3 a bunch, I can sell, I don't know, I'm making this up, green beans at $8 a bunch. So I have to sell half as many green beans and I'm equal to where I would be with radishes.
Absolutely. That's absolutely how it works. And always selling retail as well, not going into a wholesale market, and I sell to as little restaurants as possible. I've grown melons every year and they're my most frustrating crop for that reason. Lots of things like to eat them and they take up a ton of space and you get so little money for them. And I put a premium price on them and people always buy them, but they still just don't generate a lot of fruit. They just don't. And as much as you can intercrop, I've tried trellising them and then growing things on the sides. They always are a long time in the ground and not a high value. Squash was that way initially for me until I got into some really funky offbeat cultivars and then started harvesting them really small. So I found some types that just running a lot of trials with them. I go ahead and I'll buy 10 or 12 packets of squash every year and just try out a couple and see, okay, can I grow a better tasting one? What's out there that's really great? And I've honed in on some and people are picking up on it. They go, wow, I've never tasted one this is good. This is really nutty and buttery. And when you're harvesting them small, that's, again, it's a product that the market doesn't have. So you can get more for them. I also think the advantage of harvesting things when they're small is that allows, at least I've noticed this, that the plant hasn't gone into that end of survival mode. Like if you let everything get really big, the plants feel like I've produced and I've matured my offspring, and so I can go dormant and die now. That's their goal in life, right? Is to make the big fruit that has the seeds so that they can pursue the next generation. But when you're picking everything off really small, like little mini squash that are, I don't know, a little bit bigger than a golf ball or something, with the patty pans, or zucchini that are 4 inches or 5 inches long, you're telling the plant, hey, I'm not making not making my babies here so that I can go and reproduce myself. I'm not establishing the next generation, so I'm going to put more effort into making more fruit. So I found that I get a good amount of fruit off of them, even though I'm harvesting them small. I don't know that it's quite the same as pound for pound. If you were to let stuff grow to maturity and harvest it off, it's probably less than that. But again, you're getting more per basket because they are a precious commodity, right? People are going, wow, these are a whole basket of little baby squash. People get very excited about that. And yeah, the eggplants, growing stuff that no other farmer has, lets you put the price on that you want. It's akin to the mattress stores, right? I always think of it like that. You can go to a mattress store and buy a Beauty Simmons Rest Black Model X or something, and you go to the other mattress store and it's the Beauty Simmons Rest Model P. They're all named something slightly different, even though it's the same mattress. But because they're named different, you can never do a price match on them, and everybody can set their own price on them because it's a completely different product. So if I'm the only one growing white eggplant and everybody else has purple, I can charge mine for another $1 a pound more because I'm the only one with white eggplant. So having stuff be a little bit unique lets you determine the price on that. Same thing with the green beans. I'll grow green beans and I'll get $10 a pound for them. I'm harvesting them when they're perfect. but I'll also grow filet beans aside from them. And people go, "Whoa, filet beans," but I'm charging more for those. It's more time to pick them. They're a little bit more a shorter term crop or whatever. And so, yeah, having different stuff lets you set the price for it. And that's definitely been something that's helped me out as well.
Yeah, Costco actually does that too.
Do they?
Yeah, a lot of their sizes on stuff, they have protein powder and stuff like that. Like it's a size, you'll only find that size at Costco. So if it's $40 for this tub, you got to go down to a unit weight to try and cost compare. And that's more analysis than most people want to do. So it looks different, or they'll have a unique flavor that's only available at Costco, that type of thing. So I really like that strategy, because that is something, it's just another way to differentiate that's, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's not hard either, is you just make it so you can't compare A to B.
Right.
In a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know if you're a farmer, you can get your low tunnels paid for by the NRCS? Through a recently launched government program, farmers can get between $4 and $5 per square foot in reimbursement towards a Quick Hoops low tunnel system. That's free money to help increase production on your farm. Learn more about Quick Hoops and the NRCS program at shop.moderngrower.co or using the link below.